Why does Trump hate immigrants? Welcome to ACI TV World's Guides and Reports. With its presenter Angelica Cifuentes. Why Donald Trump hates immigrants, especially our Mexican brothers. Maybe it's because of the failed attempt to build an empire in Mexico. Why does he want the riches now? The reasons behind the hate speech towards Mexico are not clear. However, history suggests that it could perhaps be related to the failures he has had in his attempts to invest in the country, since Trump, who has done business in various parts of the world, faced two failed projects in Mexico, both in key tourist areas, Baja California and Quintana Roo. Donald Trump is known for his anti-Mexican rhetoric, characterized by hate speech and disqualifications towards Mexico. However, his past as a businessman reveals that, far from maintaining a constant negative stance, he once saw in the country a business opportunity that he failed to realize and that, on the contrary, ended in fraud. The disqualifications of Mexican migrants whom he has called criminals, rapists, among other things, have been a constant in Trump's speech since 2016, when he first competed in the U.S. presidential elections. Another aspect of his anti-Mexican narrative has been the reproach to American companies for investing in Mexico, coupled with wanting to classify Mexican cartels as terrorist organizations. Before that, however, Trump had a history of failure when he sought to invest in the country, particularly in two failed projects in Mexico, both in key tourist areas, Baja California and Quintana Roo. Failed businesses. In 2006, Donald Trump attempted to build a luxury condo development in Baja California called Trump Ocean Resort, Baja. Properties with a sales value ranging from $350,000 to $900,000. However, the project never materialized, becoming a failure for the tycoon. The Baja California case was not the only failed attempt by Donald Trump in Mexico. In 2007, a year after what happened in Baja California, Trump tried to establish another tourist development in Cozumel, Quintana Roo. The project, called Punta Arrecifes Resort, included an airstrip, a golf course, and other luxuries. According to various reports, in the first case Trump promoted this real estate development under the name Trump Ocean Resort, with an intense marketing campaign, presenting it as a luxury hotel with a condominium area. It was promoted in Baja California with great dynamism. A September 2016 San Diego Tribune story detailing Donald Trump's failed investment described the complex as being 17 oceanfront acres and consisting of 525 condominiums. Prices for the units ranged from $275,000 to $3 million. The Tribune report also notes that Trump, accompanied by his children Ivanka and Donald Jr., used his name and reputation to attract unsuspecting buyers, participating in multiple promotional events. Trump's company partnered with Irongate Capital Partners LLC, the same firm that built the Trump International Hotel and Tower Waikiki in Honolulu, and the condos went on sale at a time when Southern California real estate prices were at an all-time high. Buyers were required to make a deposit of at least 30% of the total value of the properties, according to various reports, including one by the San Diego Tribune, an investigation by Univision Noticias, and the AP News Agency. According to these news reports, nearly 200 units were sold in December 2006. The project was promoted as being led by Donald Trump in partnership with Irongate. The special report by Univision together with the Columbia Journalism School, written by reporter Inti Pacheco in February 2018, details that at the first sales event, held in San Diego in December 2006, Irongate declared that at least 80% of the apartments had been sold in a single day. However, the investigation revealed that only 60% were actually sold, as more than 30 units were in the names of Irongate executives. Despite initial deposits from interested parties, the project was never built and was considered a real estate fraud. In 2009, it was reported that the project collapsed after the developer PB Impulsors, a subsidiary of Irongate in Mexico, announced the cancellation due to lack of financing following the global economic crisis. More than $32.5 million in deposits disappeared, and those affected never recovered their money. An AP report indicates that in February of that year, the buyers received an email from IronGate notifying them that, given the extreme situation of the financial markets, and after exploring multiple debt options and possible investments, unfortunately the project in Baja will not be able to continue. The letter, dated February 16, 2009, also clarified that Trump had not invested in the project, although the buyers said it was his involvement that motivated them to trust and deposit their money. Several victims filed a complaint against Trump Ocean Resort, owned by Donald Trump. The analysis by Univision and Columbia Journalism School also revealed that IronGate, together with S&P Real Estate, which is in charge of sales and advertising, deceived buyers for almost 2 years. In Mexico, in October 2016, several people filed a complaint with the then Attorney General's Office, PGR, for tax fraud, after having made payments for properties that were never built. At that time, Jaime Martinez Velaz, Commissioner for Dialogue with Indigenous Peoples of the SEGEB, explained that the complaint against Trump was filed for failing to deliver properties and violating tax obligations in Baja California. Martinez Velaz also said that the company responsible for the project never processed the necessary permits for the construction of the 2 planned apartment towers. However, Inti Pacheco's investigation indicates that PB impulsors did request construction permits, but only obtained authorization for 1 tower, a year and a half after selling the apartments. However, according to the same investigation, no authorization was obtained for the 2nd tower, although more than half of its units were sold. In addition, internal documents revealed that IronGate had received $10 million in deposits for that 2nd tower, despite not having the required permits. Faced with this scenario, those affected sued the company and Trump for fraud, although the Trump family denied the accusations. Finally, in 2013, after years of legal battle, Donald Trump signed an out-of-court settlement. According to AP and Univision reports, at least 200 buyers reached a confidential agreement, through which they received a total payment of $7.2 million divided among all those affected. The Baja California case was not the only failed attempt by Donald Trump in Mexico. In 2007, a year after what happened in Baja California, Trump tried to establish another tourist development in Cozumel, Quintana Roo. The project, called Punta Arrecifes Resort, included an airstrip, a golf course, and other luxuries. According to a report published in 2016 by journalist Genaro Villamil in the magazine Preciso, Donald Trump may have developed animosity towards Mexico due to problems with failed businesses in Quintana Roo. According to the text, in 2008, his children Donald Jr. and Ivanka met with local representatives to negotiate a change of land use in Cozumel, necessary to build the luxurious Punta Arrecifes resort complex. However, the then-Penn mayor, Gustavo Ortega Joaquin, asked them for a bribe of $20 million to facilitate the procedures. Faced with this request, according to Villamil, the Trumps canceled the project. Although Trump never mentioned this incident publicly, his experience with local corruption may have influenced his xenophobic speech towards Mexico. Due to his failures in Mexico, Trump takes revenge by trying to keep the Gulf of Mexico. Donald Trump aboard Air Force One on February 9, 2025, crossing the Gulf now called the Gulf of America by the United States. The change has officially arrived. Following the formalization of President Donald Trump's decree to change the name of the Gulf of Mexico to Gulf of America, the Google Maps platform has already made the update that is now visible to users in the United States. Your opinion matters. Subscribe and follow us on our Facebook, YouTube and TikTok platforms, as well as ACI TV World. To always be informed,